Welcome guys to lesson number 2, volume of the triangular prisms. A triangular prism uses the same formula as a rectangular prism. If you remember, it was V, capital V, equals capital B times lowercase h. However, the base is actually a triangle. So B is actually equal to the area of a triangle. The height of the prism is the distance between the bases. The distance between the bases. Let's practice finding the area of the triangles below. So if we remember, our formula for area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2. Let's plug in our values. So area, let's see, our base would be 14. Our height would be 7. And then we would divide by 2. So when we multiply 14 times 7 and then divide by 2, we get 49 feet squared. Remember, we're doing the area, not the volume, so it won't be cubed until we add that other height for the prism. So once again, our formula for area of a triangle, base times height divided by 2. Let's plug in our values. All right, area equals our base right here, 6.1 times our height right here, 3.2 divided by 2. Once we multiply all those two numbers, 6.1 times 3.2, then we divide by 2 and get 9.76 centimeters squared. When we're getting answers, let's stop at the hundredths place. For our next one, once again, area equals base times height divided by 2. Let's plug in our values. Our base right here, 9. Our height, 10, pretty easy, divided by 2. So once we multiply 9 times 10, divide that by 2, it equals, area is equal to 45 meters squared. Pretty easy. That's our first step once we get into the prism. So it says shade the base of each of the figures below and then label the height of the figure and the height of the triangular base. Alright, so first let's shade it up. Let's use the highlighter this time. I'm going to shade the bases. Remember, my bases are going to be triangles. I'm going to do that first. Let's highlight my bases. Another base right here for this triangular prism. Right here. Alright. Let's label them. So remember, the height is the distance between the bases. So my height would be this section right here. The base of the triangle, letter small b, lowercase b, that's the base of the triangle. And then usually you'll see little lines going up and down if it's not a right triangle. Those little lines represent the height of your triangle. So let's just label this with letters. This is my height of my triangle, my base of my triangle, and my height of my prism, because it's a distance between the both bases. It's very important to remember that. So let's get into solving the problems. It says, find the volume of the triangular prism below. Use a chart to show your steps. So we know to find the area of my base, which is the capital B, it's the area of a triangle. Base times height divided by 2. But we're looking for volume. And volume equals base, capital B, times lowercase h for the height. Let's plug in our values. So my base for my triangle is 4 times my height, which is represented by the dotted line, 3.5. Then we divide by 2. That is just one part of our answer. When we do that, we get this capital B ends up being 7. So then we look for the distance between my triangles. That's my height. So 7 times 7. So my volume is equal to 49 feet cubed. Let me make that 49 a little bit better. 49 feet cubed. So remember, when we're doing the volume of a triangular prism, we first get the area of the triangle. Then we multiply that times the height of my prism, which is the distance between both triangles. All right. So this is going to be your assignment. I actually already did number 2 for you, just so you know what I want to be in the Google Doc that you're going to be turning in. Now for number 2, I will be fine if you give me this formula, which is capital B times lowercase h, which the capital B stands for the area of the base, which for this is a triangular. Since this is a triangular prism, the base is a triangle. The height for my prism is the distance between both triangles. So let's plug in our values. So we know that the area of a triangle is base times height. So let's look for my triangle. I'm going to highlight it just to help me out a little bit. This is my triangle right here. So my base is 8. My height, they're trying to trick me, it's on the other side, is 6. 8 times 6, divide that by 2. 8 times 6. After that, so 8 times 6, we know 8 times 6 is 48. 48 divided by 2 is 24. So then we have 24, or 8 times 6 divided by 2, which we already know is 24. But then it's times 7. So when we solve the area of the base times the height, we're going to end up getting 168 centimeters cubed. You will be doing the same thing for the rest of the problems from 2 through 7. The second part of your assignment, you will be matching the letters to their volume. So once again, take your time. Make sure you put the correct numbers on the Google Doc, and do not forget to submit. All right, good luck.